what do you guys think of this new trend of R&B singers rapping?
It's not a new trend. If you go back to 90s R&B, there was always like a rap break in the middle of the song where the singers would like do some sort of verse.
Yeah, but they weren't serious. Like, even when Bobby Brown did that little whatever in the middle of every little step.
Did you say you and Bobby Brown?
No, I said even when Bobby
Not with Bobby Brown.
Anyway, most of these cats can't rap and they're just getting passes because they're just like doing it. If rapping is done well, I don't have a problem with anybody doing it. But 9 times out of 10, these dudes like suck.
It's always easier, in my opinion, to write a singing hook than a 16-bar verse. Every line of a 16-bar verse 9 times out of 10 is scrutinized and picked apart and has to make sense with the very next thing coming, has to rhyme. R&B song in general, there are way fewer words for someone to scrutinize. Like, it's all about the melody. It's not really necessarily about what's being said.
So it's only an art when you make money off it?
It's only a career when you make money off it, and it's only an art when you're dedicated to it.
So what? Rappers that act aren't actors.
How good are they at acting?
Go ask Samuel L. Jackson how he feels about that.
50 Cent is an actor. I'll give him that. There's dedication to his roles. Ludacris, actor. Method Man, rapper, acting. Chris Bridges is an actor. Don't look shocked.
I think Meth is better at acting than Luda.
Yeah, Method Man is a much better actor.
Me personally.
Much better actor.
Talking about skill or dedication to craft?
Dedication to craft comes first. There can always
But
be
skill is
somebody who's
factored
more
in.
skilled. If you haven't dedicated yourself to rapping, like, specifically, if you're not MCing, you're not an MC.
What about the artists that are trying to bring back that trend of like Mary with her alter ego?
There's a difference between full on taking on rapping and just kind of taking the vocal phrasing that you might find in songwriting and turning that into a 12-bar verse.
Singers who are rapping, it's definitely going to be harder for them. You're not playing in the same game. It's a whole different ball game. There are no melodies and colorful riffs to fall back on and to stretch the music out and stretch out the song when you really don't have to say anything. You can just riff for a couple of seconds and fill up 4 or 5 bars. There's none of that shit in hip-hop. Like, you can do that, but people will see through it. They'll see it as suspect.
Understand that there are people in this genre who take it seriously. It's not just a hobby. It's not just a game. Jadakiss, when he rhymes, it's not a game. This is what he does.
Right.
Period. Mos Def can hold a note, but he's never like tried to do a whole album. He's never even called himself a singer.
I'm one of those people that I'm not too bothered by people stretching their artistry. Okay, but would you say the same thing for rappers who try to sing and, you know, can kind of have like a marginal voice, like a Drake, even a J. Cole?
Singers and rappers are upset when singers start rapping because, oh, you're not a fucking rapper, stay out that lane, do what you do. People love to, quote unquote, hate. People love to tear down, take away from anybody else doing what they love to do. Except for Tyrese. Tyrese needs to stop fucking rapping.
Cole should stop singing his own hooks. He cannot sing.
He's not really trying to sing.
Okay,
Drake tries to sing.
I mean, he makes whole songs where he's singing.
He's not really singing. He's like pretty talking.
Your skill level as one doesn't necessarily make it easier to stomach you as another.
Done deal.
It's like, ooh, what a thought.
singing.
I consider myself a rich man, but the bank disagrees.
Was that you or your father? Because that was pretty good.
That was totally me.
Some people say cucumber stays better pickled. Like,
You can feel however you want to feel about what you do. At the end of the day, outside perspective still counts.
like just because you're a solid rapper, it doesn't mean, oh, this nigga's so good at rapping, let me hear him sing a little bit. Or this nigga's
Hey, if you sound bad singing, who cares? Because
It's not about necessarily how you sound singing it or rapping. It's how good the song is. At the end of the day, if it's a good song, I don't care. I don't care if you're a rapper or a singer. I just like the freaking song and I like it.
Why are you dressed like a cat burglar?
An entertainer is an entertainer. You don't find out what you're good at unless you try it. So sometimes maybe a rapper can sing for fun and maybe that singing song makes more money than their rap music and hey, here's a new career.
Did you really just do this to me? Like, don't open the door.
Here's the guy.
Do not.
Y'all have the cat burglar talk over there.
Hi, Lo. Come here, my son.
No, you good. What's going on, fam?
Come here, my son. I hate you.
He hates you too.
The important thing is to be good at the craft that you originally come out to the world as.
Well, it depends on where they are there in their careers. If you have a new singer like Frank Ocean trying to rap and sing, it defeats the whole purpose of what he's trying to do.
I have less of an issue with Frank because he's doing it early on, so he's establishing himself as singer / rapper.
I interviewed Trey and he said that he started out rapping. Just the singing caught on more and he said that he wanted to do more rapping. That's why he does like the mixtapes where he, you know, spits and then he can like get it off.
He was a rapper to begin with?
Yeah, if you remember the early Trey shit, he was rapping just as much as he was
Right, if
singing.
you're doing it just to begin with,
Right.
get that first album out of the way, then start rapping. He's now 3 albums in and feeling the itch to rap.
You don't remember his early stuff? He was rapping when he still had the braids and he was like.
Trey Songz had early albums.
The first album he had, he wasn't rapping on that shit.
Early rap albums, taking nothing away from, but like, did he have
First
early?
song I ever heard with Trey Songz was him
Before
and
he sounded like R.
was
Kelly.
him and Twister.
Yeah, and he wasn't rapping on that.
Yeah, Twister was rapping.
So if we're talking about that, like, I don't recollect hearing none of that shit, and it's no disrespect to what he's done, but
When you established yourself, it was as a singer.
I mean, I came in late on that one. Jazz said Trey started with rap. I didn't know that. I think sometimes artists like they confuse what they're trying to establish, what they're trying to build, what legacy they're trying to build.
What about the Estelle move when like you're supposed to
They
be a
said-
rapper?
Estelle started out a rapper.
and
She
people
had, like,
accept you as a
mixtapes
singer.
as a
So
rapper.
he's supposed to be a rapper, but the people just accept.
But you're supposed to be whatever you're good at.
To me personally, the crossover is corny. I don't knock anybody. Do your thing and enjoy yourself.
I don't mind the Chris Brown verse that much. I'll say that on record.
I mind both of their verses. I mean, like,
Brown has more moments than Trey Songz has. So it's a terrible comparison.
I think it's because Chris of who he's around, like his environment.
Chris Brown punches more like a rapper.
Like he's around.
Believable.
No, it's not about he's believable. It's just he sounds better. Chris Brown is a true R&B singer. Now I don't know, what they did in their bedrooms before they got their deals. That's for them. But maybe their heart is with rap. But I would, to their core demographic, to what they sell, they're R&B singers. Neither one of them have a rap plaque, award, accolade. I don't think Chris Brown or Trey Songz really are trying to build a rap legacy. Just understand that singing critiques bring different critiques than rapping. So now you're in a whole different ballgame. So if Trey, you're gonna rap, and if Chris, you're gonna rap, understand now they're judging you on a different scale.
In the rap world, they don't operate on the same talent level 9 times out of 10 as in the singing world. You can consider it an extension of artistry, but it's still, you being an artist doesn't mean that you're good at what you're doing. Chris Brown, in my opinion, is a phenomenal singer, but he is an average at best rapper. If he recognizes that, like, why would you want to do something that you're average at when you have something that you can excel in? Now, if you're doing it because that's what you want to do, then rock on. If not, like, ask yourself why. What stripes are you looking to get by picking up the mic and spitting 16s?
Because every nigga feels like they can rap, so every nigga's gonna shit on you. Not every nigga can sing, so niggas will stomach you a little bit more.
Real, way different.
I will give you the lead because you can sing, so it's like, all right, like that's a feat within itself. Anybody can, not anybody, but like you can rap. I can put a bar together.
They make whole shows based on people who can't sing. Yeah. Like the whole X Factor. Not what was the one before X Factor? American Idol. American Idol was based on shitting on the people who came. Like the main reason I ever watched that show was to watch people who could not sing, who swore they could sing, getting booted off. Now, when it comes to rapping, understand there's a way wider area because we have a term called hating. You can't hate on anybody who decides to pick up the mic and rap. The talent line in singing is way more defined than it is in rapping.
Absolutely, because everybody feels like they can fucking rap.
Exactly my point.
I don't think the forces in the companionship in regards to R&B are that strong as they are into rap. Because you notice in rap, everybody's calling themselves the brother, and it's my family, blah, blah, blah. So I think, being around that atmosphere, it makes them want to, try a different flavor of entertainment. In regards to R&B, it's just, every man for himself. R. Kelly for himself, The Dream for himself, Neo for himself, Trey Songz for himself, Chris Brown for himself. You don't really see that many R&B collaborations.
So I don't have an issue with Drake because Drake came in fairly early, at least commercially, and showed that he was going to rap and sing. So if you're equally dedicated, fantastic, do your thing. If it's just a part-time gig, don't get mad when you get full-time hate. Folks who kind of fight tooth and nail and feel the need to explain themselves constantly and say, oh, but I've been doing this forever and have this love, kind of end up sucking at it. That's where the problems arise.
Well, if I'm a rapper, but I'm a mediocre rapper who only moving 5,000 units on sale dates, I have no business trying to excel in another art form when I haven't even mastered my own.
Girls buy records, so who doesn't like an attractive young gentleman singing the right words to them? You see what Drake is doing. I'm not saying he's gonna make a completely R&B album, but he's dabbling more into the vocal side of his talent.
There's more definition, like
Why are you
singing.
dressed for an SWV video?
Cause yo,
fuck is up with that hat, yo? Fuck is up with that